What's up, champions? The official WWE Champions blog will be live later this week, so be sure to check it out. But for now, this is Rusty from Champions Chat, bringing you a mystery superstar. Likely, we think it's going to be Muscle Man Bray Wyatt. Boss battle prep and strategy guide. We saw last night this Muscle Man Bray Wyatt poster revealed on the official stream with Professor, and he looks awesome. And we also know we're getting Bray Wyatt, Muscle Man, as this week's trial superstar. So I think it's safe to say that that's also going to be who our mystery superstar is. That would mean this is going to change to Striker later this week. Well, like I said, the official blog will be live later this week, so be sure to check there for more info. But as we start preparing for battle, what we can already do is we can be inserting our scouts each day at reset. Day 1 scout was Braun Strowman. Day 2 is going to be any Sami Zayn. Day 3, Alexa Bliss. Day 4, Triple H. And day 5, Kevin Owens. So those are going to be this week's scouts. What else can we do? We can load up on Boss Battle tokens, not only this week, but all month long. You should be in your faction shop. They regenerate daily. You should be grabbing those Boss Breaker tokens and working up your Boss Breakers. The higher you get them, the more effective you and your team will be. What else can you do? You can revisit your best superstars and trainers that capitalize on these right here. Blast gems, blue gems. We'll need yellow gems to break the shield. And we can capitalize on multiply gems. And what I can do is begin to work out on their loadouts this week in preparation for a battle, right? I can go in here and I can start editing my team. I can see where they're at. Because our strategy is going to be, and here's the important things, right? Blast gems are going to do 600% more damage. Blue gems, they're going to do 600% more damage. Multiply gems generated from moves will have their strength increased by 15. And something we're going to want to avoid, moves that generate Juggernaut gems will actually create 100 less Juggernaut gems, so they're going to be nullified. So as we meet this boss and see what he's all about, or they are all about, the boss will deal 5,053,125 million. Yeah, I'm sorry, I said million damage per turn, and an additional 757K for each boss turn that has elapsed. It'll be important to kill this boss as quickly as possible and to simultaneously heal your team. The boss will activate a shield for 2-player turns. It can be broken by only breaking 100 yellow gems. This shield will not be affected by boss breakers. So that means you're going to have to blow up the board twice plus a few, right? There's 49 gems on the board, 7 times 7, 49. And so you're going to need either one player to do that twice plus more. You're going to need 2 shield breakers. What else will the boss deal? He will freeze 2 moves for all players for 2-player turns, but this can be removed by a boss breaker. So this is going to apply at difficulty level 5 and above. So when we get to our boss breakers, listen close. Also, now this is a little unclear. The boss will heal himself by 20% of their max HP, applies at boss difficulty level 9 and above. We don't know yet if this is going to be removable by a boss breaker. I'm assuming it will be. And so we're going to prepare like it is. If not, we'll need to figure out an alternative strategy. So as we look at our boss breakers, right? Let's go in here in the lineup card. The first category we have is focused. And what we're going to need is the focused boss breaker called Hell Freezes Over. And we're going to want that to be at level 10. Hell Freezes Over, so that it can deal 500,000 damage to the boss and unfreeze both, see, 2 moves from all teammates that the boss is frozen, and it'll regenerate and cool down, right? 45 seconds. That's what we are wanting to see, especially when the boss freezes. It's you're going to lose if you don't have a couple of solid hell freezes overs, or one person at level 10 that can unfreeze the whole team. Regeneration X, I don't think it's going to help that much or raise the roof on this boss. And so the next thing, we're going to assume that we can nullify the boss's healing ability. So we're going to want to use Healer Steel, right? So that we can deal damage to the boss and reduce the effectiveness of the boss's next heal ability. Notice it says next heal ability. So you have to hit this breaker before the boss heals themselves. That's why there's in boss battle, you'll see something called the damage stack or the buff stack off to the right. So you'll hit this before the heal occurs. You want to have a Healer Steel at level 10 or as high as possible. I don't think Neutralize is going to help us this battle, and its time. I'll give you a couple more minutes or a couple more seconds, but I don't think it's going to overall do as much as Healer Steel will. For aggressive, we're going to want to use Exhaust. Let me read Exhaust to you. Boss Breaker. So we're gonna deal damage to the boss and reduce the boss's damage by, now at level 1 it says 20% for the next one boss move, cooldown 200 seconds. That's at level 1, right? So that's gonna go all the way up. If you have 2 people running level 10 exhaust, you will completely nullify the boss's damage. You'll reduce it to 0. Right? And that's really cool. And then you can, I think the cooldown time there is about 45 seconds. So you're going to want to have as high of an exhaust as possible, and maybe even 2 of them. Cracking the shield will help with this boss. It'll get damage through. If you're not able to break that yellow shield, you can get some damage through. But overall, it's not an effective strategy to rely on. And then the last thing, and one of the most important, I think it's starting to be recognized as really important, is helping hand. You want that defensive player to have helping hand because it doesn't, I mean, it will deal some damage to the boss, but it will also help heal your team. And this particular boss is going to deal a ton of damage, so this will be an important part of our team strategies. If you want to have if you have a strong defensive superstar, right, this is a great way to contribute to every boss battle. If you otherwise can't, if you can't break the shield, or if you can't do the damage multipliers, and you want to get this breaker to level 10 on your best defensive superstar. I think I can show you mine real quick, a level 10. And what it does, let me replace him with Zombie Dom. He's my level 10 healer. I should be here. Dominic is not 6-star silver yet for me. Wrong Dominic. Where's he at? There he is. I got him at level 10. Manage, Boss Breaker. So level 10 is going to deal 500,000 damage to the boss, and it's going to heal all of the lowest health teammates by 30% of the player's max HP, and it's going to recharge every 45 seconds. So you can hit this every single turn and heal your whole team or whoever is at the lowest or tied for the lowest. I'm not sure how that works out specifically or how it's divided, but I just know it's super, super effective. So some of the recommended superstars, you saw a few of mine who I'm going to be using. Some of our faction started throwing out names. Maybe in this focus category, a few of the people you're going to want to use would be Rocker Sean, Showboat Nakamura, Hall of Fame Bret Hart, Anvil Neidhart, Rick Steiner, Acro Rey Mysterio, and then a great shield breaker would be Cody Rhodes. Finish the story. We look over at Chaotic. Some of the ones you could use super effective would be D'Lo Brown, Zombie Cody, Logan Paul, Zombie Randy Orton, Hall of Fame Randy Savage, Terry Funk. Maybe for the free to play, Wes Lee, maybe even the older DX, Acro Sean, Otis could be used there as well, apparently. I think that's Powerhouse Otis for the Blast Gems. And then our big shield breaker is going to be Hall of Fame Sean. Hall of Fame Ray also does a ton of yellow gems. Hall of Fame Lawler could be a free-to-play option for you. In the aggressive category, Hall of Fame Undertaker is going to be big, especially if you have that Titan plate. Maybe you grabbed it off the prize wall last month. Hall of Fame Undertaker, Powerhouse Braun Strowman with his blue build, Tatanka, Zombie Rey Mysterio, Acro, Dragon are all going to be really good. On the free-to-play side, Ridge Holland, right? Maybe some shield breakers here could be Zombie Bobby Lashley or Captain Lou, right? Also could be effective. And then looking at defensive, on the rare side, LA Knight, IOW, JBL, Zombie Dom. And then for shield breakers, you might have Hall of Fame Triple H or Apollo Creed. So these are just the initial names that we were throwing out last night as we were looking at the boss breakers. Thanks to the Toxic Mafia faction, Soupster, Coach Rick, and those guys for getting together. So let us know who you're bringing to this boss battle as we develop our tier rankings this week and start putting these names in order. Is there someone that's in the wrong spot? Is there someone we left off? Is there someone that you're excited to take into this boss battle? We'll talk to you later, and you can follow all of our content creators. Professor will probably be out with his top 4 and his bargain bin later this week. But this was your mystery superstar, likely Muscle Man Bray Wyatt, boss battle prep and strategy guide from Champions Chat. Catch you next time.